switch started. And into a sea of red, we're underway in Kansas City. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. They fake the give. Now Mahomes steps away to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They go play fake. Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. We were wondering what they would do defensively to disrupt Patrick Mahomes. Sacking him on the first drive, that's a really good way to set a tone.
The last thing you want to do is let him get established in the pocket where he can set his feet and throw wherever he wants to. Even though he does it well on the run and on the move, you definitely want to get him off the spot in the pocket. He'll drop that off to Edwards-Helaire.
And he will have the Chiefs first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. Obviously, slowing down Mahomes. Going to be a tall order. He gets the completion there, but what do defenses need to try to do against it?
Well, as we saw in the Super Bowl against Tampa Bay, their #1 goal was to get him to third down and long situations. Not third and manageable, meaning 3rd and 4 or less, but 3rd and 7 or more. There were plenty of those situations because now you can unleash your pass rushers. And if you can get that going, get him pressured in the pocket, get him on the move, use those 7 behind him to cover, that's how you can play Patrick Mahomes the best, I believe.
8 yards to go on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Finding room inside the 40. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down. I think you can make a fair case for Tyreek Hill being the most explosive player in the NFL when he gets his hands on the football, and that was Exhibit A. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Throwing now is Mahomes. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Malik Jackson, the 6'5" D tackle with a sack. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback, because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Mahomes. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter from KC. It's the Chiefs in possession of the football. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Now Mahomes. Flushed out right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Decent gain on the scramble of 6, but now it's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
Butker's kick here is good, and the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field, and that's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 21. Mayfield. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
One of the better defensive linemen in the league, can be absolutely dominant at times. Chris Jones has been a Pro Bowler each of the last 2 years. In 2020, just 7.5 sacks. But he did have a career high of 15.5 just 3 seasons ago in 2018. He and Frank Clark provide excellent pressure against opposing quarterbacks.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Mayfield to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down.
And these two continue to work so well together. Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. Maybe the best quarterback and tight end in the game today. 105 catches for Kelce last year. 2nd among NFL tight ends.
1st and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop.
Not the kind of gain that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Second and 4. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And this is caught at the 8. And he'll be pulled down, and now a late flag will come with it. And that's in the area of a face mask, I think. So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
So the face mask moves him closer, and now first and goal. They'll try to run with Edwards-Helaire. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal. Mahomes going to throw. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. The 3-yard touchdown pass, and the Chiefs add on to their lead.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Yeah, I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns now going to take over late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. first and 10, Mayfield. And he completes it to Hunt. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
To throw again on second down, Mayfield. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. A first and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. A first down throw for Mayfield. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Austin Hooper, the intended receiver, and it's second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Ball on the 42 as they come up second and 10. Here's Mayfield. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Kareem Hunt, his running back, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up third down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the second time. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Out comes Patrick Mahomes in the Chiefs offense. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive. That catch good for only a couple.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. So we've come upon halftime here in Arrowhead with the Chiefs on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We were treated to an excellent first half from the gunslinger, Patrick Mahomes. First things first, let's get a check on the next-gen stats from that first half for the Browns. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, they had a little more success than their counterparts did in the passing game, as evidenced by the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. This is JoJo Natson. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Browns offense getting set to go to work here to start the third. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. The third quarter starts with a run by Chubb. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. The linebacker, Anthony Hitchens, there on the stop.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, Mayfield. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive back packages. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pickoff.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes our score 17-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. JoJo Natson now on the return. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Kansas City defense, they make their way onto the field now. They look good in the first half. They'll be looking to carry that momentum over into half number 2.
Finish a game the way you started it. That's typically the message at halftime when things are going well. You've done everything you're expected to do. How about a little bit more of that in the second half? But be aware they may throw something different at you to begin things.
Yeah, 50% of the equation still left to go. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. He'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. He'll find Schwartz complete right side. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues. That's on the guard, Wyatt Teller. Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on 3rd down. Throwing, Mayfield. And this is going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. KC's offense ready to take over. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at about the 32. They go play action. Now Mahomes taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And this one is incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mahomes gonna let one fly for Robinson. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now here's Mahomes. It's complete to Robinson. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Here's the Chiefs punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And unfortunately, in 2020, Odell Beckham tore his ACL in Week 7. The Browns still made the playoffs. But, boy, if they had him around, they're thinking about a much deeper run. A good grab there.
Mayfield on 1st down. Going right back to Beckham here, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
1st down, Mayfield. Got an open man, it's Schwartz. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. They go play action. Mayfield trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And he'll bring this this one back to the 29.
And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having because so far in this game, this defense has not just had the upper hand. They've appeared to be a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps to everything they've done. They've had an answer for everything this offense has thrown at them.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. Oh, the ball is out. Edwards-Helaire lost it. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
You and I have been around teams, and they all have goals for games, don't they? And every team we've ever talked to says what?
No turnovers.
Don't turn the ball over. 0. And they were that close to getting it done. Won't cost them today, but they'll hate that when they're watching the game tape.
Another opportunity now for the Browns offense. And the fumble recovery was an important first step, but still a huge fourth quarter hole to dig out of. Down 3 scores.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Mayfield. Flush to his right, and he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Browns are finally on the board here in the fourth quarter. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them at the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Parkey with the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. And give the tackle to Anthony Walker. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. 2nd down, back to Edwards-Helaire. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire is a do-it-all back, and he did plenty on that run. And as a rookie, 803 yards rushing for the season, and Kansas City may look to up his workload a little bit in year 2. The last pick of the 1st round in 2020, he more than justified that selection with his ability to run the football and catch it out of the backfield.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Game in hand, the offense takes the knee.
He kept it in his hands and tried to push it across the goal line himself, but the defensive front wouldn't allow him to do so, bringing up 2nd down and a bit farther.
Back at the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
When I was playing, all our defensive coaches talked about when you're near your own goal line and you're trying to stop them from getting in, your heart gets tested. What a nice play on the last down.
A lot of heart on 2nd. Do they have the heart on 3rd? Mahomes down to a knee, and that should just about write a finish to this one.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the one touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed.